Hello, villagers. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Wendy Inspired channel and for joining our Happy BME Village where everyone belongs. So no matter who you are, how you are, or what you are, you're safe here with us here in our Happy BME Village. Alright guys, so today I want to talk about beauty. What is beauty? Who defines beauty? And I went online and I was doing some research, and based on the research, let me look at my notes. It says beauty is pleasing the senses or mind aesthetically, or perfect form, or noble and spiritual quality. So based on all the information that I researched online, that's what beauty is. So it can be the outward or it can be the inward. So if beauty can be the outward or the inward or even both, why is it that we focus so much on the outward? And I know the answer to that. We focus so much on the outward because that is what society's standard is sometimes. Sometimes you'll see a magazine or you'll see a music video and it projects this image of what beauty is. But I'm here to let you know that beauty is what's on the inside. I had so many conversations with so many people over the last few months, and I spoke to people who had paler skin that said that they wanted to be tanner. I spoke to people who had darker skin who said that they wanted to be lighter. I spoke to people who had long hair that was a little bit more fine that said that they wanted thicker hair or more coarse hair. And sometimes we fail to realize how great we are all by ourselves without changing, and then we want something else that might not be meant for us. And sometimes people go to the extent of purchasing things, or sometimes people even put themselves in jeopardy. So I'm here to let you know that we as a society, if society defines beauty, then how about we start to focus on the latter part, which is nobility and spiritual qualities. If that's a form of beauty, why not take a stand in what beauty is? Why not be that person to set the example and say, you know what, that person's a beautiful person. They were thoughtful, they held a door for someone, they called someone who was sick. Let's really focus hard to change the definition of beauty and help people to kind of open their minds a little bit more and say, you know what, it goes a lot further than what's on the outside, because what happens is our exterior or our shell or our box or whatever you want to call this will always change. You can never preserve the look that you currently have. No matter how much money you spend, you can never preserve the exact look. So if we know that we can never preserve all this, why not focus on the things that we can preserve, which is on the inside? And anytime I'm unsure, or if I'm kind of on the fence, I always go to the Word. So let me share what the Bible says about beauty. So I am reading from the King James Version, and I found a few scriptures that define beauty in my opinion. So first one is 1 Samuel chapter 16 verse 7. But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance, or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh at the heart. And let's go to another one, which I highlighted, which is Proverbs 31 and 30. Favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth the Lord shall be praised. And one more, and this one is 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 4. but let it be the hidden man of the heart, and that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of God of great price. So if God is setting the example as far as us to not be overly consumed with the outward appearance, and the definition of beauty is either the outward or the inward, why not take a moment and focus more on people's actions and what they bring to the table? Not so much whether he is 6'5", or whether she is thick, or whether, whether she has long hair or short hair, whether, there's so many different people who are completely different yet still beautiful. So I would love to hear what your definition of beauty is. Is your definition of beauty the outward or the inward, and why? So leave your comment below. What do you believe beauty is? What do you believe that people think beauty is? And then what do you believe beauty is for yourself? And how will you continue to make a difference? And in closing, I wanted to share my 2 books. If you have not already purchased them, you can check them out on my website, which is www.someonecaresaboutme.com. My first book is called I'm Happy Being Me. It is a multicultural children's self-esteem book, easy to follow, rhyming words. I published this a few years ago, and then just recently I published my second book called No Longer a Prisoner. And this is my story of how I became free and how I'm no longer a prisoner. So this is actually my actual story of, being in not so great relationships, not so great friendships, having a not so great self-esteem, and how I was able to, with the help of God, create different activities, different focuses on bringing me out of that dark ditch. And now I stand no longer a prisoner. So if you have not already purchased these books, make sure you check them out on my website, which again is www.someonecaresaboutme.com. You can also purchase them on Amazon. And if you have not already done so, be sure to subscribe to the Wendy Inspired channel. And thank you all for your support. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your thumbs up, your comments, your suggestions. I really appreciate you guys. We are almost to 900 subscribers, and I'm really excited about that. And I could not have done it without you. So thank you so much for tuning in, for supporting, and I'll see you next time. Be blessed.